Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and we'll be going over a reading exercise called slow television. It is a phenomenon that happens in Norway, and it's also happening it has happened in Germany and in the UK, and apparently the US as well. So look forward to working with you as we practice English today. So it is 10 o'clock now here in Idaho, and I believe the weather is good. It's not too cold, not too hot. Don't need a coat, but don't don't. It's not hot either, so it's nice. So anyway, let's go ahead and get going. Looking forward to working with y'all, whoever comes to class. And let me show you the topic that we will be using today. Topic is on slow television. I'll quickly screen share that. And so basically what we'll do is for intermediate to advanced level. We'll look at some keywords and we'll see if we can predict the answer, and then we'll read an article. And then we will check our understanding, and then we will discuss this type of television. So that is the plan for today. Go through an exercise, a worksheet that it's more structured. Hi, Rodrigo. What you have to do is you have to press on the green class. Let me quickly show you in screen sharing. So what you do, if you can see the screen share, you're on this page. This is where you're writing, and you have this green button here, right here. And what you have to do is press. It says for me, it says rejoin class because I'm already there, of course. But you would have to just press on join class. So that is how you can do it. You have to have tickets and you have to have a proper subscription. So it depends on whether you have paid or not. I would love to have you join if you can. So do please come if you can. So So again, the topic is slow television. It's just a reading about a phenomenon that has happened in Norway and has also in the past happened in Germany and the UK, and I guess apparently the US. Hi, Andre. How was your sleep? Did you sleep well?
Yes, I sleep well. Glad to see you, teacher. But my watch alarm, it doesn't work in some reason, and
Oh yeah.
I'm later. I'm lit up from bed later.
Oh, okay. So you basically what we say in English, you slept past your alarm.
Yeah.
Did your alarm go off, or did it not go off?
It
Or you would say the alarm did not go off.
it it okay. It did not go off.
It did not. It didn't go off. Okay, yeah. My alarm always goes off. I just sleep past it. So when I was in Finland, I used to have the alarm clock in the kitchen, and then I slept on a loft bed a bed that was on the high part. I'd have to climb down, go into the kitchen, get my phone and the alarm clock, and then turn it off, and then it would wake me up. But so
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Uh,
sorry to hear about that. So, but I'm glad you were able to come anyway. Um, so, are you going to be going to work after this class then?
yes, of course. As usually, I want to work
Uh-huh.
today.
Hmm. Yeah. And now, a question for you. In the Ukraine, w- uh, what is the like biggest and most important meal of the day? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Mm, it's it's dinner. I think it's
Okay.
dinner, break dinner, and the second part of day.
Okay. So breakfast. A dinner is usually at 6 or 7 in the evening.
Dinner. I think about dinner.
Dinner. Okay, is the biggest and the best. Okay,
Yeah.
because the reason I ask is in Finland the lunchtime is the most important part, and so I was going to ask you if it's similar to Finland, if you guys have really good lunch restaurants. So I for some reason I'm thinking of food. so, so to forget my question. Hi Ruben, how are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm kind of tired but ready to learn.
Are you good? Okay. I'm tired too. I'll be heading to bed right after this. So Ruben, what country are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
From Mexico. Okay. So it's 11:10 after that. Okay. And then
Yes, it is.
Andrea is from the Ukraine and it's 7 a.m., right? Or is it 6 a.m., Andre?
Oh, it's too early
Seven,
for him.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Okay. Yeah, and he slept and his alarm did not go off this morning, so he's like, one of those mornings that
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to meet you, Ruben.
Nice to meet you too.
Are you new to Verbling or have you been around?
No, I've been around for a while, but as I started working in a new company, I had to move to the capital, Mexico's
Uh,
capital,
uh-huh.
and I had to look for an apartment and to get used to the city. So I haven't taken classes recently.
Ah,
So
okay.
so that's why I haven't seen you. And I think this is our first time,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
first class that I have with you.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't recognize you. Um, I have been teaching on Verbling for what, Audrey, about maybe 3.5 weeks, maybe.
Oh, perhaps that's why.
Oh,
That's why,
yeah.
because that's the period of the time that I haven't taken classes.
Yeah. So, and I've pretty much I kind of jumped into it full swing and have been teaching a lot of classes, and I think 2 weeks ago I taught 40 hours. I don't know what I was thinking, but I wanted to learn. The best way to do something and learn things is just by doing, and so I wanted to
Hmm.
learn what the students are like at different hours, and stuff like that. And so now I'm trying to decide when I actually want to teach. So and then I'll lower my hours to a little bit more acceptable, like not acceptable, lower my hours to more working, more easier. So, but anyway, I caught a cold last weekend, and I'm still looking. so, um, but anyway, and I'm still having to mute to cough, so bear with me about that. But
Where?
let me quickly tell you about myself.
Oh,
I'm actually from Idaho, the USA.
hmm.
It's basically the Mountain States region. Part of Idaho is part of the Pacific Northwest region as well. I'm just about 6 hours north of Salt Lake City, Utah, and probably about 5 miles from Oregon, where I'm located. I live in a small town of 850 people. Previously, I lived in Finland for 11 years, and I also taught in South Korea for about just under 2 years. I started teaching in 1994, so I am older than I look. So I started teaching online in 2006, and in 2009 I moved back to the States because I knew I could teach online, and I moved to this small area. Another thing I love to tell people about is my little dog. This is Alpo. He's an international dog. He was born in Hungary. He was raised in Finland, and now he retired here in the States. And he's 11 years old, and he's a senior dog, and he's still a very active dog, but not as active as he was when he was littler. So that's a little about me. So, do you have any questions, Ruben?
No.
Okay.
Did you born in the same place in Idaho and grew up in the same place?
Actually, I'm not living in the same place I grew up. My father was in real estate when I was growing up. If you guys know real estate.
What?
Real estate. Real estate. Basically, he would buy a home and then he would sell it, and we would buy a home and then he'd go, I can sell this for much higher. So we ended up moving around a lot when I was a child, and we lived up in the mountains, and we lived in a couple of towns in this area, but never in the town I'm living in now. The town I live in, though, has my three out of my 4 great-grandfathers lived and homesteaded here 100 years ago. So I have a very strong heritage, and my father actually grew up in this town, but he did not raise us here. So, but my sister, what happened was my sister met a guy, and she married him, and he's from this town, and my mom ended up moving here as well. And so when I decided to come back, they were like, "Oh, come here." So that's how I ended up here. So close to my mom. So.
Yeah.
And my dad and my grandparents are buried here, at the cemetery and so forth. But yeah, that's a good question, though, Andre. Thanks for asking.
How about your nephews? Did they live in the same time with you?
Do they? What do you mean?
Did they live in the same time in Idaho?
Oh, do they live in the same place?
In the same place, yeah.
Yeah, I actually live in what we would call maybe a tiny we call it in English, we call it an efficiency apartment. Oh, I can't even type it. Efficiency apartment in the same building as my nephews.
Teacher.
So yes.
And could you please type what you're writing in the Google chat, because I cannot see it in the
Oh, you can't see the verbally chat, and I've been writing it in the verbally chat. I can do that in the Google chat, no problem. So.
Thank you very much.
Efficiency apartment, and so basically I'm living in the same building, but we've separated part of the house as mine and part of the house is theirs, and so that way if they have 5 children, my sister and her husband, ages 1, 2, 5, and 6, and so if they want to go shopping or if they want to go somewhere, and if the kids are asleep, I'll babysit, and so we just open my door and they can go, and so I'm kind of helping my family raise their children, so which is nice. Yeah.
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah.
What kind of job people usually have in that kind of small
Small
town?
towns. Well, in this town, we consider this town a bedroom community. So a bedroom community, basically what they do is they usually commute to a bigger city.
Bigger what?
They commute to a bigger city. So right now we are 5 miles from 5 miles from a town of I think it's 40,000 people, and then we are 45 minutes from the capital city. So people will commute or they will drive in
Okay.
to the other sound. So a bedroom community basically means it's on the edge. It's in the countryside, but the people in order to do anything, you have to leave. You have to drive somewhere. So our town has one restaurant, and it's not open in the evening. It's only a breakfast lunch restaurant. We have a gas station, a small store that's very overpriced, so you don't get groceries there. And then we have 2 churches, and then a post office, and a town hall, and then a school, and it's actually a private school. So we have mostly farms around us, but we drive 5 miles and we go to the bigger city, and but it's like we live in the country, but we're close enough. We can get to all the services we need. So, but there's all kinds of farms between us and there.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, teacher.
Oh, you're welcome. Do they have bedroom communities like that also in Kiev?
Yes, of course. We have a lot of that kind of community, bedroom community, and a lot of people came to Kiev to work, and from countryside around even 100 about 60 miles around, from 60 miles around.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, there's another word. Do you guys know the word suburb?
Yeah, they came from suburb.
Yeah, so suburb, basically, a suburb is when you're in the big city and you drive out and you're still in city, but you've actually changed. You've gone from Kiev to some other city. Those are called suburbs. And a bedroom community usually means there's a lot of land between the city and you. So in my case, it's a lot of farmland. But that's a difference between a suburb and a bedroom community. So a suburb would be basically you have the city in the middle, and everything all the way around is called the suburb.
Yes, and in that reason, we have a terrible traffic in the evening and morning, and a lot of pollution, air pollution.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually in Kiev about 2 million residents.
Wow.
And because of bedroom community, we have about 5 millions.
Yeah, we have
more than 50%.
We have 3 million people in all of Idaho. And in our capital city area, we call it, basically you would say, for example, for Kiev, you would say that in the Kiev metropolitan area,
Yes, it's metropolitan. There are a lot
area.
of people.
That would
A
be
lot of
5 million people.
there are a lot of people from all Ukraine.
Hmm. Yeah.
They haven't they tended to move here.
Hmm. Yeah. And the same thing happens for Mexico City, doesn't it, Ruben?
Yes, I'm currently living in the capital city, and
Uh-huh.
I think we are around 8 million people.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
there is a disaster in order to commute from one part of the city to another. It takes you a while.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I live near where I work, so I don't have many problems. Just in the mornings because I start at 7 a.m. in the mornings.
Uh-huh.
So it's the time when all the students are trying to get to their schools.
Hmm.
So it's kind of complicated. Sometimes I have to take a taxi in order to arrive on time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and sometimes I have to walk like 3 blocks in one point of the like a bus stop where all like many people get off so I can get a spot in the bus because there's a lot of people here. We use the
Hmm.
subway. We use many other kind of um, means to commute. We
Hmm.
have also like bicycles,
Hmm.
bikes. There is a system that I really love here in the city. You
Uh-huh.
will have a bike to move to another to one from one place to another. So you just have to
Oh,
pay.
you
Yes,
just you
it's
rent
pretty
it?
cool.
You rent it from
It's
one
like
place to another?
yes, it's like a rented. You pay yearly
Uh-huh.
a fee,
Uh-huh.
and you can use the bicycles as many times as you want. And there are like some stations where the
Uh-huh.
bicycles are. So you take one, you have a like a car that is you just have to um, get the car close to one station and automatically detects your user ID and all this
Uh-huh.
your personal information. So you take the bicycle and you can ride it around the neighborhood and the downtown and other important points in the city. So
Hmm.
it's really helpful when you just don't want to take the bus or the subway. You can use the bicycle because there is a specific way where the bicycles can just ride
Oh.
where the cars don't interfere you. So it's really safe,
Uh-huh.
and you have like the your exclusively place where you can ride your bicycle. So I
Oh.
really like that, and Mexico City is a really good place to live. I just arrived like 1 month ago, so
Uh-huh.
I just getting used to the beautiful things are really beautiful
Where
to
did
live.
you come from? Were you in a smaller town or a smaller city or?
Yes, yes, I was born in a really small city, a town, a really small town in another place from Mexico. It's called Oaxaca. So
Uh-huh.
after that, I moved to another place to study the university and in a bigger city.
Uh-huh.
I There I got my bachelor, my degree. So
Uh-huh.
I started working, and now I got a promotion to move
Uh-huh.
to another position in the capital. So they
Awesome.
require me to move. Yes, and
Uh-huh.
now I'm working here, and but this a really big change because my town is very small. After that, I moved to another city that was bigger, but I think that Mexico City is one of the biggest cities in the world because,
Mhm.
or at least that's the last data that I have. But
Yeah.
we are a lot of people here.
Wait,
It's
wait.
something.
We did a web search on that in one of my classes. Ake, were you in that class where we figured out
Mhm.
what the biggest cities of the world were?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Was
but
Mexico
I
City on
forgot.
the top?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Mexico is a
And
top.
and
Yeah.
then I know that Tokyo was no, that was the most expensive cities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tokyo.
Yeah. Okay, the most expensive.
According to, oh, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. It looks like I found a website. Let's see.
According to
Because
Wikipedia, it's Tokyo, Delhi, Seoul, Mexico City is the sixth,
Mhm.
according
and
to population. But according,
uh-huh. Now, according to World Atlas, it's Tokyo, Jakarta, Seoul, Delhi, Shanghai, Manila.
Mm.
So, yeah, so I think it depends on how they count it. World's largest cities. This is what you're looking at, right? Wikipedia. Tokyo, Delhi, Seoul, Shanghai, Mumbai, Mexico City. Where's Kiev on here? How big is Kiev? You said it was 3 million.
Yes, I said 3 million, but I think it's maybe uh, mm, in the end of that list.
Yeah, 5 million. Yeah, well, because these are like 23, 37 million, 27 million, and so forth. So definitely didn't make the list. So yeah, but if you think about it, Kiev is the same size metropolitan-wise. The Kiev metropolitan area in population is the same size of all of Finland. And it's actually just a little bit smaller population-wise than all of Sweden, because Sweden has 8 million people, and Finland has 5 million people. So wow, you guys are from very large cities, and then there's me. I'm from this tiny little place. So
yes, like just to make a comparison, the town where I come from is 100,000 people. The other city where yes.
And that's a small town?
Yes, it's small. 100,000 people is small.
Okay.
From the other place where I studied, the university was 500,000 people.
And Boise, which is the metropolitan area where I live, has 500,000 people. And when I was growing up and went to high school in Boise, we had 125,000 people. And we've grown now. And the metropolitan area was about 203 to 100,000, but we now have 500,000, and that's the biggest in the area. So
what's then the town's name?
It's Boise. I'll type it in. Boise, Idaho.
Boise, like.
It's like a city of trees in French, actually. So, yeah, and Ake, you're not late again as far as the lesson because we haven't got to it yet. We're just talking. So,
about what world population?
well, I think we did. We introduced ourselves because Ruben's new to me and I'm new to him, and we I don't know. We just kind of. We talked about
free talking.
Yeah, free talking, and that's kind of what this class is turning into. It's a free talking class.
I think it's very useful for us because be able to have free conversation.
I think it is too, and also to learn to think on your feet.
For better understanding, because I still have a little problem with understanding native speakers and express myself.
Yeah, to quote a student that I had for a couple days in Finland when I first started teaching there. She said, "Holly, I have been studying English for 20 years. I want to use it now." And that's pretty much because I've quoted her for years, and that's kind of my philosophy of teaching. Now, we can study it, and we can go through all the phrases and stuff, which I do sometimes, as you guys know. But if you're not able to use it, even just a little bit, then going through structured classes all the time is kind of a waste. So you need to be able to think on your feet and use the language that you've learned and so forth.
When you say on your feet, is like by yourself?
Yeah, I would think without a structured sentence in front of you.
Oh, okay, just talking.
Just be able to free conversation and free talking. It is something that is important, but some people actually need the structure until they get to a certain level. And with these classes here at Verbling, everybody comes in and you might have you might have 9 people, 3 people at a lower level and 3 people at a very advanced level, and you never know. So, but anyway, the topic that I had chosen for this class was actually about slow television. Have you heard about that?
Well, what?
Like slow food?
Slow television.
Show television, slow television.
Yeah, you want me to show it?
Television.
Basically, we can quickly go through it.
Like slow food, probably.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's apparently, see, 20% of Norway's population watched a 7-hour train trip from Oslo to Bergen. This was followed by an even longer broadcast of a cruise ship that was sailing along Norway's west coast. More than half the country watched this 134-hour epic. And apparently Germany has done it too, and the UK and Finland. Not Finland, and the US. They have basically, you turn the TV on and
like BGM.
Yeah, PGM, what's that?
BGM, background music. I sometimes do that.
Yeah.
I just turn on the TV and just like the picture or something like that. Yeah, kind of beautiful scenery is suitable for that. They cover travel. Yeah.
I think that's pretty much what this that's what this article is about. Do you guys want to go through this, or do you want to continue free talking?
Let's go through it.
You want to go through it?
And we can discuss about the.
You can discuss it. Now, that's a very common mistake. In English, we can discuss the topic, also another mistake that people use is explain the topic instead. And what people want to use is they want to say discuss about the topic or explain about, but about is never used with discuss or explain. So never has a preposition with that. Just an FYI. Very common. I hear it all the time.
So the correct form is like talk about it, or?
No, the correct form is, well, talk about it. If you want to use about, you'd have to use talk about. Yeah.
Otherwise, you can just discuss.
You would just say discuss the topic.
Discuss the topic. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, but if you want to use the word about, then you'd have to choose a different verb. Talk is perfect. Talk about the topic. Explain the topic. Discuss the topic.
Okay. So, it doesn't need another preposition.
No, it doesn't need a preposition. So discuss and explain are both verbs that do not need prepositions.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you never use it, but it's a very, very common a mistake made by non-native speakers of English. So
maybe discuss and explain meaning includes about, probably.
Excuse me?
The meaning of discuss and explain includes about.
Yeah, that's probably why. Okay, so let's just go ahead with this article, and then if there's any words or vocabulary, we can go through them. You are going to read an article on a new phenomenon in Norway called slow TV. Watching something on television in real time for hours and hours. So guess the correct answer to each question and check by reading the article on the next page. Okay, so that's what we'll do together. And then we'll discuss it as much as possible. Okay, so let's see if we can guess the answer and see if we can get it right. And we kind of read a little bit of it. What did Norway's first 7-hour slow TV program show?
but
Train journey. Probably.
I think that was the second one.
Second one. Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
shouldn't we read it first?
We're guessing. This is a guess, the correct answer. So we're going to guess it first, and then we'll read it.
Drawing paint.
Okay, let's guess this one. Let's see if that's right. Okay, so how many people watched it? 500, 1 million, 10 million?
10 million.
Okay, remember this is Norway.
Norway is all have 5 million. About 3 million.
Yeah, they don't have many people.
1 million.
Let's try 1 million. 10 million is too much for Norway. The same Norwegian TV channel televised his journey by ship. How long was the program? We just read that one.
Maybe C.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Which slow sport was televised on Norway's slow TV channel? So which one do you think it was? Chess, cricket, or walking?
Chess.
Okay, let's see. We're just guessing now.
Chess.
What did the first slow film show? Cows eating grass, a person sleeping, a rainy day?
Cows eating grass.
Okay. That really... Okay. When was the first slow film?
1983.
Okay. So this is our guesses. Now let's read it and see if it is correct. Well, each person will read one paragraph at a time. Ruben, why don't you read the first paragraph? And Ake, you read the second one. I will read the third one. And guess what, Ake? Andre will read the fourth one.
Wow.
Okay. Yep.
This is a joke, you guys. Every time I've done a reading exercise where Ake has come, he has always gotten this paragraph. So I switched it on him this time. So okay, Ruben.
Yes. There's a new genre of television known as slow television. Hours and hours of watching the same thing. Slow TV is popular on Norway's television channel NRK2. It began in 2009 when an audience of 1 million, 20% of Norway's population, watched a 7-hour train trip from Oslo to Bergen. This was followed by an even longer broadcast of a cruise ship that was sailing along Norway's west coast. More than half the country watched this 134-hour epic. The program was also shown online, and 4% of the people who watched outside Norway were from the UK.
Okay. Now, first of all, as far as pronunciation, Ruben, your pronunciation is quite good. But the first word right here, genre, is how we pronounce it. Genre. Do you guys know what genre means?
Type.
Genre?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of something.
Yeah, kind of or type of something, yes. Okay. And I guess I was wrong. The answer is not drawing painted. It really is a train journey. Sorry about that, you guys. I thought it was the second one, but it's train journey is first, and then cruise ship.
You couldn't predict that.
Yeah, you couldn't predict it at all, but we read it earlier, and then I have, of course, had read it earlier before this. So, okay. Anything else? Any other words?
Could you analyze the text a bit?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, it's better.
Okay. Any words on here?
I don't know. So the pronunciation is genre, right?
Genre.
With genre.
Genre, yeah. So that's how genre is how I pronounce it. I think it's it is the correct pronunciation in my English. genre.
Okay.
Okay. Any other words? Let's number 2. Okay, can you read this?
Okay. MRK's marathon programs are now very popular. Last year, the channel showed 18 hours of thermal swimming, 100 hours of chess, and an epic sheep-to-sweater view of knitting. They allow to enjoy more details, said one German viewer. And Germans are not new to slow TV. Berlin's Bahn TV televised train rides across Germany from 2003 to 2008.
Excuse me. So, any words in here?
Sheep to sweater. The process of the hair to sweater.
Sheep hair to actually making a sweater.
Okay.
So that would be kind of interesting, maybe. You know, because you have to cutting the hair off of the sheep, and then what they do with it in order to make it yarn, maybe.
Knitting. View of knitting. What about that view of knitting?
Okay, so basically knitting. We don't say the K, so it's knitting. And do you know what knitting is? I'm sorry. Knitting is. I'm going to Google Images. It'll be easier once you see it.
Maybe it's cutting. Something like cutting.
Knitting is like the process of making sweaters.
Oh, okay.
That's the most common. You'll as soon as I show you on Google Images, you'll go, oh yeah, okay. So this is knitting, and knitting has the 2, and then there's crocheting that has just 1. So basically on this one, it was a show where they showed where they cut the sheep's hair, and then they made the sheep hair into what we call yarn, which is this stuff. And then they saw somebody knitting the sweater.
I'm confused about that kind of TV show. What about interesting there can be in that kind of view of knitting? View of knitting,
basically.
Maybe it's so boring.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I would say. Or 100 hours of chess. I would say that that's actually very boring as well. And personally, I don't know. What do you think, Ake? You said you like to have TV on.
I think it's more suitable for the internet show, actually. So some internet site, began to play this kind of broadcast this kind of show, and people comment on. But in that site, people comment on that. People chat on screen. Sometimes the content is about knitting, but sometimes I like free talking.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the show is like a BGM.
Okay. See, I've never even heard of this before until I ran across this article. So. Let's read number 3. I'll read this. The British cameraman Peter Middleton did something similar 20 years earlier. He created Video 125, which recorded the train driver's view of the entire British rail network. Okay, my thoughts on this is, I'm ready to go to sleep. It sounds, but some people might like it though.
Yeah, because current commercial TV is pretty noisy. Noisy sound, a lot of script, kind of captions appear on the TV. So maybe some people fed up with watching such kind of show. Or more, in relaxing time is not so suitable. because a lot of stimulation.
One of the things I noticed, one of the things I noticed when I moved to Europe was that American TV, especially, is very noisy. And if you watch TV from other countries, you'll actually hear silence. Where American TV, if there's silence, there's music.
That maybe same here.
Is it the
Current
same in
TV is
Japan?
pretty noisy. Yeah.
In Japan?
Yeah, except not commercial station kind of. Public stations show is not like that, but commercial stations show is always sounds blah and a lot of captions and laughing and too much. Sometimes it causes too much stress to viewers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and read this one. Audrey, can you read number 4?
But slow TV really started in 1963 with a movie called Sleep by Andy Warhol, who was a famous American artist. The film showed a poet sleeping for 6 hours because Warhol is anti-film. A New York City television station produced a Christmas film called Yule Log, which showed a burning log together with festive music. Norwegian TV did something similar last February. It produced National Firewood Night, a 12-hour broadcast of wood that was being cut and burned. It invited Facebookers to submit advice on how to position the wood. Viewers became very excited about when the next log was gonna be positioned.
Okay. Now, I thought I didn't have a life, but I watched this and I'm going, what? Wow. Any words in here you guys do not know?
Yule
is I'm not sure where it comes from, but a Yule log actually means Christmas. I think it's I'm not sure exactly where the origins of Yule is.
Maybe not. It's not English, probably.
No, it's Yule log. We use it. It's okay. This is what
I heard about this show from my American friend.
I just found this on the on Google. Just let me show you. Yeah, the Yule log is
fireplace. TV just broadcast fireplace from fireplace.
Exactly, and this says Yule is a or Yuletide. Yuletime is a pagan religious festival observed by the historical Germanic peoples, later being absorbed into and equated with the Christian festival of Christmas. So that's the origins of that word. But we use the word just as another meaning for Christmas. So, okay. Any other words or phrases? Okay, I'll go ahead and read number 5. And it's not just a Norwegian thing. America recently showed the Oslo to Bergen train journey on more than 100 television stations online. We did? So what is going on here? Are people trying to escape from our fast online globalized culture? Or is it all just a bit of fun, like dancing cats on YouTube? Okay, can you read the next one?
Most of the Nigerian viewers watched only small parts of the show, TV programs. Others ask, why don't people just read a book if they want a break from TV? But television drama has become more like books. This started in America, where shows like the Spora
Sopranos.
Sopranos and Mad Men have been popular.
Okay, and Andre.
And in Britain, because of webcams and shows like Big Brother, many young people are used to lack of pace and excitement. However, perhaps the older generation discovered show TV first. I'm talking, of course, about television cricket.
Televised cricket.
Televised, yes, televised.
Okay. Okay, are there any other words or phrases here in these last three?
Where shows like sorry about previous part about is the Sopranos also it's kind of slow related to slow television.
No, it's an American drama. It's about the mafia.
Yes, I saw that all.
Yeah, I have actually never seen the show, so I don't really know if it's slow. But basically, what they were saying is, people are asking, why don't people just read a book if they want a break from TV? And what they're saying is that television drama is like books, so they're not getting a break from TV if they read books.
Okay, I've seen the All Sopranos.
Oh, have you? Is it good?
Yes, it's. I very like it.
You like it very much?
I like it very much. It's a very dynamic movie.
Okay. Yeah, and I've never seen that, and I have not seen Mad Men either. I'm not sure. I don't watch a lot of TV, I guess, because I'm such an internet geek. I'm always online. So, okay. Have you ever heard of Mad Men or The Sopranos?
No, recently not so many American drama are on airing now. Yeah.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
what are you getting, just Japanese or?
Japanese or Korean
Okay.
dramas. Yeah.
Okay. And is it being dubbed? Question: Is it being dubbed into Japanese or is it subtitled?
Dubbed is much more popular than
Okay.
captions, because sometimes people watch it on small screen, so or kind of not in the or senior citizens or kids, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Andre, how about in the Ukraine? When you guys have foreign TV shows and films, is it dubbed or subtitled?
We have a lot of shows, TV shows in Ukrainian television that is dubbed from Europe and American TV show.
Okay,
it's the replication of American shows.
Okay.
For example, we have an extremely popular show that in America it's named We Have a Talent. We have a talent.
We have talent.
We have talent. About singers.
Singers. It's maybe like The Voice or
Voice.
American Idol.
Yeah.
And there's another one. That's all.
X Factor.
Well, there's X Factor too, but I know the one you're talking about.
America Got Talent.
That's that. America's Got Talent. Yeah, and I've only watched it very little, if at all.
It's in Ukraine. It's extremely popular.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We have several shows that is the same, similar.
Same genre.
Similar.
Mm-hmm. I watch more American TV when I lived abroad than I do now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Have you guys ever heard of Netflix?
It's not available here.
It's what?
Not available.
Not
in Japan.
available. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not. Is it available in Europe yet?
No, I didn't heard about that.
Okay.
Netflix.
What it is, this is the reason I don't watch network TV anymore, is because so for example, after this class, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to press on my Netflix icon, and I'm going to and these are my shows right now. I'm totally into Star Trek, so I'm watching the Star Treks over, and so right now I'm in the middle of Star Trek Enterprise. I just finished Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'll get tired of this eventually, and I'll go down to other TV shows, and I'll choose a TV show, most likely one I've watched. And
is it for free? Is it if you should charge?
it's a subscription. It's I think it's $7.99 plus tax, so it's like $8.50 for a month, and it's unlimited streaming.
Okay.
And then there are some movies that are not available for streaming, and what you can do if you pay like maybe like $12 a month, you can get what they'll do is they'll send you a DVD through the mail.
Yes, we have a lot of similar websites in Ukraine that they all mostly they all for free, but there are
really?
a lot of there are instead there are a lot of advertisement.
Okay, yeah, this is no advertisements because we're paying. It's probably one of the top, and in the U.S., video stores have closed down. Do you guys still have video stores?
No, because Netflix is not available, so we still have to rely on DVD to watch film.
We have Netflix, and we also have something called Redbox. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah. I heard another one, very famous one. I forgot. It started service here, but in America it's free, but in Japan we have to pay for that.
Maybe Hulu.
Hulu, yes. Hulu, yes. That's
Hulu is free half the time and not free for others. But Redbox, you can go in front of a McDonald's and you'll see this machine that looks like a soda pop machine, and it's a big red machine. And you open it on, you put your credit card in, and you can choose a movie.
Movie, physical DVD or okay.
Yeah, and then the physical DVD comes out. So it depends. So those two things, Redbox and Netflix, and then Hulu and Amazon Prime, have caused it so that there are no video stores anymore in the U.S. So, but you know what? We're out of time.
Yeah.
I just realized this. I hope you guys learned some new words and got a chance to practice. Andre, be safe riding your bike to work. And
yes, I really appreciate your advice. Thank you, teacher.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. And okay, I think it's still night. No, it's not night yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so have a good evening. Have a good evening in Japan. So, okay, thank you all. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much. See you in evening.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.